Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to writing. I'm so happy that you're joining me today, and I can't wait for us to get started to begin our writing journey. We are going to start with the genre personal narratives, and this is week 1, day 1. Our first lesson is all about brainstorming. What is a personal narrative? Well, I'm glad you asked. A personal narrative is a story about one time you've done something in your life, one moment in time. So you're not telling me about multiple stories, you're telling me exactly about one time that you did something. Many of us have many stories that we love to read, that we like to look at over and over again and share with our friends and our family. Those authors put in a lot of time to write the stories. They did not just write it in a day. Great authors have a variety of tools to help them write these amazing stories. Some of these tools are a notebook, a laptop, a pen, or a pencil. They find a quiet place to think, and they also need a great idea. So let's get brainstorming so that you can also write an amazing story this week. The first thing we need to do is come up with a big idea. The big idea is kind of like the storm cloud in this picture right here. The storm cloud is the whole story that has all the characters in it, the setting, the problem. The raindrops are the small events. They tell us what happened in the beginning of the story, what happened in the middle of the story, what happened at the end of the story. They give us all those little details put together to make this giant rain cloud or an amazing story. So let's start off with thinking about people in your life. What do you mean? What do I mean when I say people in your life? Who matters to you most? Think about who matters most to you. What's your favorite memory with that person? And then we'll take time to retell the story across our fingers. Let's start with the people in your life. So, I'm thinking, who are the people in my life? Well, I have my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister. I have a cousin, and I have a friend. I've actually have lots of cousins and lots of friends, but I'm thinking of one cousin in mine and one friend in mine. I want you to think of someone who matters most to you, someone that you have lots of memories with, lots of moments with. Know who it is? Great, let's keep going. Thinking of that person, I want you to think about what is your favorite memory with that person. I spend a lot of time with my daughters, so I'm thinking to myself, what was something that I did with my daughters in the month of August? Oh, I know. I remember one day in August when we went to the beach for family day. We went to the beach lots of days this summer, but I'm thinking of one time that we went on a Monday morning to the beach for family day. So, to recap some of the things that I've discussed so far, good writers need to brainstorm before they just sit down to write a story. I've asked you to think of a person in your life that matters most to you, that you had an amazing memory or at least a good memory of an event or a moment that you've done something with, so that you can write all about it today. Ready? Great, let's keep going. Now that we have that person in our mind and that moment in our line, we are going to tell the story across our fingers. We have 5 fingers. And when we tell the story, we tell what happened first, what happened next in the story, then what happened, after that what happened, and finally what happened at the end. So I'm going to model for you. Now, I'm not going to give you lots, like all of the story in great details. I'm kind of giving you like a summary of my story. First, my daughters and I decided we should go to the beach. So we packed up all of our beach gear and put it in the car. Next, we drove over to the Wawa to pick up our lunch. But when we got there, I realized I had left my wallet at home. Then I drove back to my house to get my wallet so that I could buy the food. And then I returned to the Wawa. After that, we put everything in the trunk of my car. And finally, we were on our way to go to the beach for an amazing day. I just told you the story across my fingers. I want you to practice that with someone at home or just practice it on your own. If you like, you can actually film yourself or video yourself telling your story across your fingers and send it to me. Now that you've told the story across your fingers, there's one more step. That's to write all your details down. Grab your writing tools and write down your great idea. Get your notepad. Remember, find a quiet space in your house where you won't be interrupted. As you're writing, think about who was in the story. Where did you go in the story? What happened? Were there any problems that occurred while you were in the story or when the event was occurring? If so, give me all those great details. I can't wait to read your amazing story. You are on the road to being a great writer. Great job.